Okay, so in this video I'm going to go over how to access your control panel or your cPanel for your website hosting account, and just do an intro walkthrough on how to use a control panel for your website. So typically when you buy website hosting, you're going to be set up with, if you're on at least on a Linux box, you're going to be most commonly use the cPanel as the software to manage your website and your hosting. And so to access your hosting account or your cPanel, you're going to go to your domain name, so whatever it is, .com/cpanel. And that's just the letter C and panel, and then just hit enter. And so you're going to be basically land at your login page. So you can go ahead and I'll just log into my hosting account here, add in fuel. And so this is the most common page you're going to see for your hosting account. And then all of the different kind of settings on the left hand side here. So it's going to show your main domain, the directory, how much disk usage you have, the file usage, and basically just all the specifications. Within the right hand side of the panel, you're going to have a whole bunch of icons that show you what you can do through your website. So the first one at the top here is the domain section. So you'll be able to add on as many domains typically, or depending if your hosting account has a limit on the domains. You can add a new domain name. So instead of infuel.com that we logged in through, this is the control panel for that. We can add infuel.net, infuel.org, and we can add the domain names there if we want to host the additional domain names on our hosting account. So subdomains, and I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but you guys can kind of browse around. Subdomains would be like client.infuel.com and things like that if you want to set up redirects and whatnot. So you can kind of scroll through here and just see how to manage different aspects of it. The two biggest ones I'm going to go over, obviously I just went through the add-on domains. Another one is the file manager. So the file manager is the area which basically you manage all the files of the website. And so I would definitely be careful here if you guys have like a WordPress or Joomla or Drupal account to be able to manage those. You don't delete any folders or files and things like that, because you can see that within your file manager, or at least with this one, you can see I've got client.infuel.com. So all of the subdomains and every additional domain name that you have will be listed here. So infuel.co, infuel.net, and .org, and then obviously the main Infuel files here. So definitely want to be careful with that, but that's how you access that, is just through the control panel and then clicking on the file manager. And then you're also able to see some of the software that you have with the PHP and things like that, as well as if you're wanting to run cron jobs. One of the biggest things you're probably going to want to set up is the email accounts. Typically when you set up a domain name and hosting, the first thing you want to set up is email. And so setting up email through your control panel or cPanel is really very easy. You can see there's some emails already set up here, but all you have to do is just click on add email once you're logged in, and then you can type in whatever email you want. You can select the domain name that you want to associate it with, and then your password. It'll tell you kind of how, with the little bars, if it's a good password or not a good password, and they can auto-generate, or you can type it in there. You can set it up for either an unlimited quota or you can limit it. Typically within a hosting account you do not have unlimited space, and so sometimes it's good just to have a limit on it so you don't fill up your control panel or your hosting account with a whole bunch of spam email if that account does get a lot of spam. So that's how you add it, and then you just click on the create account button. One of the things you're also going to want to do, sometimes you want to set up your email account here and tie it to a Gmail account, which is super common. So you can actually access your webmail here just by clicking the access webmail button, and it will kind of just bring you over to a new page where you can select what service you want to view the email through, and then you can just click on enter, and then you can go into your control panel for your email. So that's how you access your email, at least through cPanel. To be able to connect it, you're going to want to click the connect devices and then set up mail client. And so this will actually give you all the specifications for how to connect to it from a Gmail or Hotmail or Outlook or things like that. So obviously it just kind of shows the settings here. Obviously a secure connection is required or recommended. So basically your email as your username, your password, the incoming server. I do not recommend doing IMAP. IMAP is basically a way to keep the files, your emails on the server, and then just download the newest ones. I recommend, so you don't fill up your server with emails, to do a POP3, especially if you're using Gmail or Hotmail where you have basically unlimited storage. I recommend to use POP3 because POP3 will actually download all of your emails and then delete them off of the server, and so which makes it really, really nice. You're not filling up your server. So it kind of just goes through all the settings there, so that's how you access that. You can also email yourself the settings and then hit send. So that's how you use or set up email within a hosting account. And then you can kind of manage your email settings there. But then other than that, you can kind of scroll through and see what things that you want to look at or kind of mess around with. But I would be really leery into doing some additional things. Most common is WordPress and some of the additional content management systems. If you want to install WordPress on a subdomain or something like that, just make sure if you have another installation that you're not rewriting over it and deleting your current site. So but just browse through there. You can see how to just do different things, but again, just take it with a grain of salt that you don't delete your current site or settings and files and stuff like that. So that's just a general overview, just how to manage your control panel a little bit. So if you have any questions, just let us know, or go to unfuel.com and we can help you out. Thank you.